Today we have a Segway G2. Has some issues. Seat's been crashed. Front fork is bent. So we're going to show you how to change the front fork. We've done this in a YouTube short. We'll show you the longer version today. How to do this. We're also going to tighten the back axles on here because I've seen these loose many times and reading it always online. Scooter's not very old. It was for someone where they hit a pothole and you can see that doozy. So we're going to show you how to take it all apart and then replace it. We have the new fork over here. Just came in. So we will show you. Okay, so first we got to fold this, get this down. It's a customer work order. We'll take that off for a sec. All right, so it's 2.5 mil. Remove this little screw here in the folder. We have to adjust the folder afterwards because sometimes you do. So I do that. Don't lose this little black thick piece. I take this out. I usually put this in here so that way I don't lose the bolt by accident. Okay, because now we're working against the spring. So that is just 5 mil hex. I'm going to use a power tool to open this. See, 5 mil. Don't lose the hardware. So, take off the collar bolts. And you see how everything just kind of fell off. I don't know if that's what I really wanted, but usually it doesn't fall out that easily. It usually sits up in there a little better. Make sure you don't lose this top ring. That's to hold that tight. It shouldn't have done that, but hey, usually as I'm loosening it, it sits in there jammed. All right, so now we're gonna show you, take off the other side pieces. You can see from the crash. We'll show you that while it's kind of laying down here because I kind of shouldn't have, didn't think it was gonna drop that quickly. So it happens. So we'll just work on this on the floor. Cables are fine, nothing got pulled. It's easier on a Segway. But yeah, a little bit of a mistake, that happens. Okay, next step, we got a heat gun. You probably use it a little hot. You're probably more around 500 degrees, 400 degrees. Just get the adhesive warmed up so you can remove this sticker. Take your time. Don't overheat it and melt it. Now, well, this should work. So it should get underneath the sticker. And we got it off cleanly. See, now we can reuse it. Put that somewhere safe where it won't get dirty. Even though that doesn't always work out. And then we'll do it to the opposite side, obviously. The big thing here is these are 3 mil hex. These are just little rubber things. These just pop out. You know, don't lose anything. I always put stuff in trays. You know, usually on a trays everywhere. You could have did this beforehand. I should have. But this is what happened. All right, so it's got plastic clips on here. Just be careful. All right. So that's just the brake cable. We gotta show you how to take this off now, and we'll show you that side. So need some, I think this is 12 mil, 8 mil, because we have to take that off. You're going to need 2 8 mil wrenches. because this can kind of be a little sneaky on how hard this is. So you want to get the bottom one off first. of course I grabbed a 6 mil. So back to reality here with the two 8 mils. So we have to have this so that way we can get this bottom one off. You want to always take the bottom off first. All right, save that. This is where this kind of gets tricky. Is it not 12 mil? It must be 13. Wow. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to show you this part now on the other side. Some two 8 mils. I'll loosen this bottom one first. So this is 14. So you want to get this other one down. And it can kind of be a pain sometimes because this whole thing will spin. We're being pretty blessed today with some of this. We'll see. But see, that's what I was talking about, how it's spinning now. This whole piece of metal is spinning. So that's what makes it difficult, because it's a lock washer. So sometimes you're going to need pliers, something to grab that. Otherwise, it will spin indefinitely. So let me see here what we can do. Oh, of course, the wrong way. So we're just going to hold this. Try not to strip it, but not like I'm doing. But this is the only way you can do this, is you have to hold it, because it'll just keep spinning. It's very frustrating. It's easier to put back together than it is to take apart. Once you get to a certain point, it should get easier. You can kind of hold it. You see how it's spinning again? That's the problem you run into. So you gotta hold the axle. Be careful not to wreck the threads. This is about the only way you can do it this easily. There's probably some other method, but it's the fastest way I've found. Probably one of the most time-consuming portions of this. All right, we're off. Now we have to push this up, and then this should just easily spin off. All right. Don't lose this piece. All right. So now, I think that's why earlier I grabbed the smaller one too, but I think that's like 12 mil. Maybe it could be 13, but it looks 12-y like. It's actually smaller. Looks like it's 10. Oh no, it's not. It was 12. Gosh, am I just having a bad day today? Just seems kind of loose for 12. And it's not 10. Would it really be 11? Like, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, they make these things in such different spots. And I didn't even have 11. So we're continuing on here. I had a customer. So this is like 11 mil. I couldn't even get it off. So I'm just gonna use the pliers. I know it's the roughest way, but yeah, it was like 11 mil. Like the 12 mil wouldn't fit, 10 mil wouldn't fit. Like I have no idea what was going on here. Oh, it's some custom size. All right, so we get that off, get the bolt off. This all comes off. Hooray! Save all that. All right, heat gun. Got that off. Try to keep it somewhere safe so it stays clean. Same thing again with these, the rubber things. And I kind of did this backwards. I should have probably took this stuff off. All right. So now we're gonna have to transfer some stuff. We gotta transfer this bearing. We gotta transfer the boot. So get that off, the boot. We'll take the wheel off. We gotta take this fender off. So, wow, that's being difficult. So, we will just go to power tools. Remember, don't lose anything, but we're trying to get this out. Okay, so we have to take the wheel off. I think it's looks like 17. Nope, probably 18 then. The number they always use for some dumb reason. So make sure we're going lefty loosey. We are. Let's see here what we can do. Gosh, these are tight. We gotta save all the hardware. Gosh, they use red Loctite, so sometimes I might have to heat this up. Yeah, that's gonna need some heat. This happens with these bolts sometimes. So I had a little interruption, but here, so we're gonna heat this up because it's not coming off because it's got red Loctite probably. I don't have to worry too much. There's no motor or anything I can overheat or melt, so. All right, let's see if the heat helped. And the heat helped. You can see that red Loctite. That's what they put on it. All right, fender comes out. Now we can see here the difference. This one is quite bent. And then you can see how this one's straight. That's pretty bent. So, all right, a few things. Obviously, bearing, like before, the boot. All right, so Fender has to go in here before, but normally there's a piece of rubber on here. I'm surprised it's not on there. So, who knows? So, obviously the bearing goes cuffs like that. We're gonna put these back in real quick for the Fender. Hopefully it goes easy. Hopefully I'm putting it the right way. Nope. It goes this way because this needs to be on this side so the brake works properly. All right. Let's see if this works. Oh, just having joys of fun. All right. We got it centered in. All right, so that's on, that's on. Bearing cuff, make sure the bearing's the right direction. Just upwards, rim here. You can put the wheel back on, but it's easier in my opinion to do all this top stuff first. So there is a bottom plastic cuff that comes out. So this goes here, and this goes here, and that cuff then sits up in there to hold it. So I'm pretty sure it goes up flat. Or I think maybe it goes down like this. Yeah, it goes down like this with the ridge. Pretty sure. Something like that. Even though I saw the bearing more direct. So this plastic piece goes somewhere in here, but this looks like it's the shield, so I'm assuming it goes like this. Let me see for a sec. Yeah, because that's the shield that protects it. So I did that right. So make sure you just put this shield down. That goes flush like that. Yeah. Okay. So that's how that part goes. So I'm going to switch to the other tripod to show you higher up. Alright, so before, obviously, the wire, the tension, be careful. It's not too difficult. We showed you before with the plastic piece and that. Make sure you have the boot correctly. Then slide that up through here. And everything should just kind of click up in there. I wonder what this plastic boot is for, because I don't even think that boot is used. Yeah, I don't know what this is for. It maybe is on the top here. It's got to be. So I thought it was for the other piece, but maybe it's up here. Oh, it goes up on here. My bad. So that's really how that goes. So last part, I was wrong. I guess it happens. All right. So let's just get this kind of on here. All right, so first things first, we'll get the top bolt through. This should hold. Thread lock everything, because we can adjust the straightness after. Oh, did what I didn't want him to do. Happens. So now I gotta take this all off again because of the plastic piece. It just rolled away all the way to the other side. That's fun. All right. Oh, that was fun too. So then this goes on there like that. All right. So once I have this in, it'll make it a lot easier. Get that pretty snug. Can always adjust it later. Looks pretty snug to me, but ways kids crashing scooters, other people are. I always like this to be a little tight. All right, we can adjust the straightness and the collar. We'll probably do that at the end because it's probably the easiest to adjust this and straighten it. I don't know where the bolt went that was in there. Probably fell on the ground over there. Oh, it's right here. So, but what we'll do real quick, just for purposes, we'll put these in a little. They won't be tight, but they'll be snug. Of course, that tool doesn't work for that. Because we're just re-thread locking everything. It's a smart thing to do. Alright, we're going to get back to this when we tighten this, but we're going to show you down below what we need to do now. But that's how that goes back together with this and the boot and the new fork. Alright, so there's a little knobby here, and there's a little knobby here. That has to be matched for the disc brake. So when we go up, it goes like that. Then thread lock. And since we have wonderful power tools, just get that snug for now. We do a final tightening. Always hand screw them on first. And then I always give it a little extra torque because it's not going to hurt. Someone's life is on the line on these things. All right, the thread locker is key. All right, and then matching this piece up. All right, so before, when I had the bolt size that makes no sense, I'm still kind of confused on how I don't have a tool here for it. Like how it's not even like 10 and it's how it's not even 12. It should be 12, but it's smaller, it's 11. I don't have 11. Like, I'm kind of dumbfounded by that. So, all right. Well, first things first. This goes through here. Bolt up. That is such a weird size. Totally got punked a bunch. I mean, I put some dents in it, but I'll just throw some touch-up paint on so it doesn't rust. I didn't really have much of an option there. All right. Spring, boot, bring the boot up. Okay. Then after boot, I'll get this a little lower for us. Put you in here a little bit closer. All right. So then after that, round piece goes in here. This you have to put through there. Okay. Spin nut goes up like this. You want the wavy side up like that. And this should go on pretty easy. It's just when we have to tighten the other stuff, the final bolts. Then it's a good opportunity to tighten your brakes, change stuff if they need to be tightened. I know it was pretty high before, so I'm just kind of going until I get an idea of where we're at. Oh, that's way loose. So see how it's making noise? That's too tight then. There we go. Nice and tight. Okay. This is where the problems come in. So we have to put that one that was very difficult. It's the lock one. It's got nylon in it. See how it's just spinning? So you might get lucky putting it back on, but yep, see how it got tough? That's where 8mm comes into play. See, but it keeps spinning the shaft. This is where it gets difficult and frustrating. So, once again, got to do big no-no until we get to a certain point so I can grab the bottom. And then switch to the bottom. So these got kind of torn up a little. I'll probably throw touch-up paint on them so they don't rust. That just happens sometimes. And I only used a tool on it. Alright, come on. Alright, and that's where we're at. Ain't making any noise. And then had this little special cap on the bottom, probably for rust or some other shit. That we take this 8mm, and then you snug it on, and we're good. All right. Fenders. There is a side for each side. Like you can see how this one says hot surface. It obviously goes on the other side. Because I'm assuming maybe it could go on the front. I gotta figure out what's front and back here. I don't even know. They're also all cracked up. But there's two little plastic pieces that whip here to here. So that looks right. Never mind, I was wrong. Hot surface. This is probably what they're talking about. And that makes sense. So we'll tighten this on. I usually use hand tools when I put stuff back on, just so then that way I don't crack anything. And then line up the holes and stuff. Oh, see, no, actually I was wrong. So the holes don't line up for this one. So the hot surface is on the other side, which makes no sense because there's no rotor. But you'll see when the holes match up. You know, if they're not going to match up, they won't on one side. Yeah, see, now the hole matches up. So I guess they don't have the hot surface on that side. That's really weird. Because the motor's on this side. I mean, not the motor, the brake. Yeah, this thing's been crashed, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but that's how you fix it. So it's gonna get tight. All right, rubber thing, sticker, done. And then we'll show you the other side. Now we're on the other side. So there's like little clips and how this stuff clips in. So do your best. Usually a nice tap like that does it. Oh, dang it. You gotta probably take this off. No, because you're trying to get the rubber underneath there. Okay. Make sure the rubber's tight on the other side too. Now you get it. So you see how the rubber's in there? All right. Like I said, hand tools so you don't over tighten the plastic. Use power tools to take stuff apart. But hand tools on electric scooters is not a good idea. Alright, rubber thing, and then sticker. Voila. Now you can see we have fixed it. You know, it's no longer bent. So now we have to go up top, put the last little screw in that we took out for the folder, and then you're good to go. I mean, it's nothing too hard, but let's see here if I can fold this without it falling. So then we're going to put this metal piece back in and then do that, and then you're good to go. So I mean, that's self-explanatory, I don't need to show that. But that's how you replace the front fork on the Segway G2. Comments, feedback, anything, let me know. You saw a few of my fuck ups. Welcome to life. Something we didn't show, just making sure the wheel is straight to this. So we have to kind of adjust this. You spin the handlebar until you get it to match. And once you do, then you tighten the collar bolts. Pretty basic. So I just want to show that just in case